There we go, it's connected. Hey, okie dokie.
Quickly and quietly.
Right, so I got Hiravius and then I'm going to explore. Total Witch. Fabrican's done 1 day, 5 hours. Right, oh. Oh, what's this?
What do you suppose that bally thing is?
It's some money, yeah, that's what it is, a half. Or was that Izamil? That was Izamil talking, wasn't it? Sorry. What was this again? I can't remember, because the bright sun casts its light on a pattern on the ground. You kneel to get a better look. The stone here has been carved with a few simple shapes. A small circular indentation marks the centre and a much larger circle surrounds it. You see what appears to be writing above the two circles. Examine the writing. The characters are completely foreign to you, no doubt the remnants of some long forgotten language. Sun, moon. Examine the outer circle. Several shapes have been carved along the outer ring. Though most of them have been worn away, you can make it a crescent above the centre. Look at the circular indentation. The indentation is shallow and smooth. It looks like it's intended to hold something specific, which I probably don't have. This is not giving me an option to insert anything.
Laying low.
Yeah?
So that was a deer. Oh, right. Wigwar, okay. Alright, get into formation. It doesn't look like we can talk to it.
Hey.
Ah well.
Let's go!
Alright, they all should auto-cast abilities. Oh god, so I went for the back row. What the fuck? Why are you going for the back row? Disengage, go get.
This thing isn't doing the job.
I'm off, get them.
This isn't doing the job.
Get that bitch. Fucking hell. I should help Pagani out. Oh.
Let's go!
Oh, eat the Mac.
Let's go!
till Mark. Oh, he's back up.
I'll take a look.
Hey, Sagani? Sagani draws up beside you, her fox following her heels, and takes a seat next to you.
Even if you are putting one over on me, it's nice to have a hunting party again.
Ah. Finding Persok must be important for you to have travelled so long.
5 years for me. Must be 30-something for Ichimak.
Hearing its name, the fox looks up. That must be exhausting.
It's been a long hunt. A long time away from my family. Before, I'd crossed the tundra of Nasitok following caribou herds. I didn't want to leave Kalu and our children, but I was eager to visit lands my people rarely do. But 5 years without finding him. It's like 2 hours of necking. I'm ready to be done with it.
Why do you have to find Persok?
Soul recovery is an old village tradition. We call it the Tarnek Ilitsak. Once in a generation, we seek the soul of a much respected and long dead village elder. We tell him what's changed in the village, how people remember him. The only other Tarnek Ilitsak during my lifetime happened when I was a girl, not long after Persok died. We feasted on blubber and fermented milk for a week, and we honored the chosen huntress as a hero. Then she left, and we returned to our duties. We still sang her name to the skies during festival season, but we otherwise didn't speak of her.
I'm sure your village still remembers you, Sagani, especially your family. You're kind to say so, but I'm not so fragile that I need my name chanted in the meeting halls.
It's not being forgotten by my village that troubles me. But sometimes I wonder how my husband and children remember me, if they think of me often.
It must be difficult.
Still, there's no point in dwelling on it. More often I find myself wondering whether Persok will remember us. You claim to see souls. What do you think? Do you remember your past lives?
Yes, in fragments. She leans a hair breadth closer. Really? What's that like? It's strange. I feel like I'm going crazy most of the time. Frustrating. I only wish I knew more. I don't envy you. I guess I'm lucky that I only have to worry about someone else's past life.
Makes me wonder what Persok remembers about our village. Or if a turn at the wheel has yanked the details out of his mind like it does for most of us.
Has your village changed much since this time?
Masuk is probably much the same as it was 100 years ago. We live between tundra and frozen forests, and the land takes as much as it gives. But our hardships bring us together. And the elders truly unite us. They keep the stories of past generations, and they guide us from season to season, through good years and lean.
Itomak brushes against her hip and she scratches his head. Recently there's been a lot of good years. My aunt says we've had a few clashes with the neighbouring villages thanks to the hunting territories that Persok helped establish. In bad years we rely on trade with the merchants that pass our shores. We exchange walrus tusks and seal pelts for grains that last us the hard winters. Persok brokered a lot of those agreements too. They got this from one of the Mauer ships that used to trade with us. She holds up the bare figurine. It sounds like Persok did a lot for your village. Masuk must be a tight-knit village. Wouldn't a lot of these developments have happened anyway? Yeah, well, it sounds like Persok did a lot for your people.
That's what I'm supposed to remind him.
It sounds like you're on a hunt of your own, though. You're feeling the thrill of the chase, or ready for this to be over? It's too early to tell, to be honest. Fair enough. Might as well keep moving while we've got some daylight. I'd like to talk some more. Let's go.
Yeah?
So that staircase is down, something with ruins.
Shh. Yeah?
Either Mac, you're including this as well, boy. Even if you were unconscious for some of it. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be anything down here, this edge of the map. Let's go up here, and then I'll stealth again.
Laying low.
So that was weird. They ignored the front row and went straight to the back row. Maybe I just took them out the stealth a bit too quickly. Maybe they hadn't quite engaged it there at that point, or me. Right, so we're getting there. Now I just have to go down there and solve that bit down there as well. Ah. Save first.
Got it.
As far as I know, Itomak can't actually die. He can be knocked out, but he can't actually die. Oh shit. That was a lucky encounter then. Right, Alof. Get that in there. Get that in there.
Into the fray!
Good. Split off one of them. Right, we are suffering injuries to Edea here. So we'll go. Like that, Alof. Burn these fools.
Let's see what lies this way.
Right, I'll have to tank the next encounter. Right, me alone, head out there. Oh, hello. Right, Alof. Throw in your usual bullshit.
And what does the flame reveal?
Fucking endurance, man. I might have to go back home and rest at the inn, or at least, nah, I can't. I have to use the campfire stuff until I get to town to buy new campfire stuff. So making the inn next might be a good priority. And finally upgrade my armor and weapons might be a good priority as well. Yeah, I have money and all these items to give it a day, but bit of a damage reduction on him. And I can give him a bit of constitution. Or resolve. If I had worm wings. Or might if I had binding copper. If it's now given a couple extra DR into Edda, is not a bad idea. He's actually the same as me, almost. Despite the fact my armor's way higher. I could probably give him a set of plate mail as well.
I'm on the trail.
Question is, am I using the bonus from his armor enough to warrant keeping it? Right, can't go any further because of the water. So whatever that device up there is, it's used to drain the water. Okay. Right, come there first, and then we'll save, and then we'll go to Deerford Village, get a room for the night in the inn, heal up, and then we'll go find the Grieving Mother, and then we'll head back to the keep and do the next upgrade. Oh, you must not be able to get to the Berry Well until you've cleared the flood or something like that. Alright, where is the inn?
The one that blew up my guy.
I didn't mean anything by it. I imagine a man with a head made of fire and light would be very convincing.
Funny thing about Deer Woodens. With all that fire and light, they just treated him like another authority figure.
Well, it shows the Grieving Mother on the map, so... So Canada was asking what side he fought on. The one that blew up my god.
I just want to find her. Surely even you can understand that.
We're decent folk, my lord. Perhaps you should leave and check the wilds.
Hello!
What's your exchange with that nobleman about? He looks up from polishing his tankard and glowers at the Lord. Folk round here are decent. They mind their own business. You want to stick your nose in it? Go talk to him yourself. Okay, what rooms you got? What for food and drinks? Let's see if there's anything we can... Camping supplies. Oh, we need camping supplies, yes. Thank you! I'll take some milk as well. Could we trade off our stuff to him? Rooms. Make sure you close your window if you're on the side facing Tigrel's shop. Okay. Old stables for 30. Dexterity and damage reduction for burn. Might, constitution and damage against beasts. That sounds okay. Alright, let's see what Lord Harrond has to say. The man wears a deer-style robes, simple but elegant. His fine leather shoes look like they were made for padding around indoors, yet they're caked with mud. He yanks at the lock of hair twined around his silk-gloved finger. His fine features are etched with anxiety.
My child is out there. Do they not understand?
Is this the one that was fucking his own child?
My lord, we're doing everything we can. Unfortunately, these villagers...
Beasts take them all. I don't care how you do it, but find her.
Your child is missing, I take it?
Yes, Lady Alice.
What's
my
him?
daughter.
He tugs at the fingertips of his gloves.
I've asked around, but nobody in this mud hole has any concerns beyond their swine. They turn my men away like beggars and seem downright pleased to be of no use. But you're not one of my soldiers. And you look like you're used to getting your hands dirty, if you don't mind my saying so.
My lord, if you find her, tell her I won't be upset with her. She can come back and all will be well. I just want to make sure my Alice, my child, is safe. Yes, him. Nothing in the world is more important to me. I can ask you questions about your daughter.
Alice. Of course.
Describe her. She's a striking young woman, bears more resemblance to her mother than to me. She has auburn hair and delicate, well-bred features. She must be, 28 or 29 by now. Okay, how did she disappear? We stopped in Deerford a few days ago. On our fourth evening here, I was making plans to continue our journey. Lady Alice was feeling unwell and went to bed. When I retired a couple hours later, I found that she had vanished. None of my men had seen her go, and none of the inn knew where she was. Since then, my people have been combing the village, but yet to find a clue, and locals have been no help. Why did you and Alice come to Deerford? It was merely a stop along the way to Einer's Rest. However, she took ill shortly before our arrival, so it seemed prudent to allow her a few days to recover. You mean morning sickness? From you banging her? Anyway, what's in Einer's Rest? He frowns as if about the protest, but he gives a sigh. Lady Alice has reached the age where it is prudent for her to marry. Given the legacy business, I can't let her fertile years slip by, nor do I want her womb to fester in the presence of so many Hollowborn. It seems to be more potential suitors than New Hamer or New Yarmer. Yeah, you think I have considered that? Arranging a suitable match is difficult. The best prospects for my child lay in Einer's Rest. Survival 5. Where's the rest of your family? Sure they wouldn't want to miss your daughter's betrothal. Lady Harrond is ill-suited for travel, I'm afraid, and unfortunately Alice has a few other close relatives. My sister and her husband, Alice's aunt and uncle, of course, have been visiting Idea these past months. And as for siblings, Alice has none. My wife has only given birth to Hollowborn, since Alice is. Back to your daughter? Oh yeah, okay then. Goodbye. Oh, yep, it's him. He's a fucking daughter fucking bastard. He got her pregnant, and that's what he's doing. I'm going to fucking murder him at some point, possibly. We'll come back to that quest in a minute. In fact, I want to build the prisons as my fucking keep before I come back to that quest, and just...
You're from Gilded Vale? Then you're close to home.
Close can mean a lot of things.
Surely you'll go back when this is all over.
Dunno. Guess that all depends.
Yeah, I want to go back and get hung. Potions! Potions for sale! I don't give a fuck for your potions. This woman looks briefly through you as if she doesn't know you're there. Hello. This middle-aged peasant woman is dressed in brown leather cloth draped down to her knees. Her hands are working at separating stringy, colourless vegetables in a pile before her, stripping the heads off long fibrous stems with a paring knife. She discards the stems one by one, placing the heads of the vegetables into a small cradle-like basket in front of her. She doesn't greet you as you approach. You're not sure she even knows you're there. Excuse me. The woman doesn't respond. She keeps stripping the heads from the vegetables with a steady rhythm. She may be deaf. There's no indication she heard you. Study her. At first glance, she seems nothing more than a middle-aged woman. Unremarkable, maybe less stern than most, who seems more focused on weaving in her lap than her surroundings. Yet you suddenly notice she's not stripping the vegetables before her any longer. She's weaving, and the vegetable pots are now missing. She pays you no mind, her brown locks torn and snags from the lack of washing. Like many of the townsfolk you're seeing, there's a strange blur to her. Even the motions of her hands seem to be playing with threads that lack colour, and in a shape that lacks interest. It may be that she's half-minded or deaf, or something feels wrong. As you watch, her knitting takes on an odd cadence, and you have a terrible suspicion that something lurks beneath what your eyes are showing you. Focus. Her brown hair is long, almost impossible to the length of her hands. As you follow the streams of her locks downward, the hair becomes long and black, splitting off into threads of black and silver, and wrapping around her hands. She's formed her sole cradle with the threads braiding a net in front of you, each finger long and sharp like a series of knitting needles, almost hypnotic. The silver and black strands of her hair weave together, with silver dominating as a highlight, the black shadowing it. Suddenly you are calm. You're on a plateau, almost the height of a tower. Several stories high, the plateau is like a table lying beneath the clear sky, and beneath the plateau, surrounded in all directions, a forest, hazy with mist, although where it is actual mist or distance or a recollection. Rested in the curve of an actual arch above you is a great copper bell, half again the size of a man, hanging at attention as if looking down on you and an event unfolding before you. The plateau is soaked in the sun, and the rock beneath you is rough and warm. The sky forms a cradle around you. You feel different, not disembodied, but you feel your body, your physical contours have changed along with the surroundings. And you hear a soft series of chimes, like wind chimes. At the sound, the scene gains colour and texture, as if the sound is beckoning you gently forth, filling your senses and thoughts like mist roiling them softly into a sealed chamber. And focus on the chimes. The chime coaxes you deeper into the memory, and you're certain that it is a memory, a warm one. You're on a stone of the plateau, your knees on the warm texture of the ground, silver, white, shimmering like Adra. The plateau is formed of it, glistening in the sun. You can feel the heat on your skin, your wrists and your hands. Your hands are in motion, weaving, not a thread, but gathering, tenderly moving along the first movements of Berath's wheel. Your hands are upon the flesh of a newborn child, and you can feel the crowning of a tiny head turning in your grip, its head slick, wet from the womb. The hands you are wearing, inhabiting, have done this many times, and they are practiced and confident. You can feel distant pains in your own head as the woman emerges, a stream of fluid from the womb helping the newborn slide forth. You can feel distant pains in your own head as the head emerges, a stream of fluid from the womb helping the newborn slide forth, and a woman laboured, breathing, crying out. Focus on the child, the movement of your hands. As your hands move, you hear the sound of chimes, clear, cutting through the haze of memory. You cannot see where they're coming from, but they're close. They are meant as a comfort. Of that you're certain. Draw the child forth, and coax by your hands, every movement causing the chimes to sound all again, Almost eagerly the child comes forth, and as it does your hands are in motion, weaving, moving along the length of a soft, wet rope. No, an umbilical cord from the legs of the naked woman before you. You're holding a small child, still wet from the womb before you. The child cries out, its cry full of life, full of soul. The ringing of chimes echoing its thoughts, filling it with its welcome. The soul is blurred at the edges, as if you were viewing a soul from within a soul, but it's there, it is alive. The woman before you is weeping at her first, and at her first cry, the hand reaches out for it. Surrender the child. You surrender the child to her, and it's something you've done many times before. And as your hand moves, the chimes echo the movement, and you realise the chimes are hanging from the cords on your wrist. And where once they echoed in memory, they are now echoing the child's mind as well. The chimes are intended to welcome the child, to be its first gentle greeting to the world, a soothing sound guided by the tender motions of your wrists. You're helping to weave its thoughts, its perceptions, the experience. The woman laughs with ragged joy, laughing from a parched throat. Her emotions seem soothed, but the physical demands of labour have left her exhausted. But the child is here, the child is safe, and all atop the plateau is peaceful, calm, distant. I wait about 30 minutes. Flattening out the memory as the memory persists. Slowly pull back, retreat from the memory. With effort, the scene bleeds of colour, and your mind becomes your own again. There is no pull, no anchor, yet the sound of the chimes remain, as they existed in the memory. They sound here as well, and they are hanging from the woven braids and the rest of the woman before you. Even as your head is spinning with the touch of her mind, the sound of the chimes on her wrists is sharp and clear, as if coaxing you back to the real world. The woman still sits before you, but she's nothing like what you first saw. She's wearing black, shredded garments that drape over her like streamers. Her hair is streaks of black and run through with silver. Her age is almost impossible to tell. She simply feels old, like a crumpled watchtower. As she lifts her head to face you, you see that her hair is draped in across the front of her face like a veil. What you first saw of her was a mental glamour of some sort, unconscious, and you realise what you see is not what the world sees, and you are perhaps the first to see her true self. Still, you don't sense a threat in her in the realisation. If anything, you feel a sense of relief from the figure. You can hear her thoughts, and she's glad at last to be seen. What did you do to me? Who are you?
I am seen, but the eyes of others do not remember. You were the first to see me as I am, the call stripped aside.
There's a light touch upon your mind, a caress, and her left hand mirrors the motion of the touch, reaching up to the air between you. You hear the chime on her wrist softly. Sound softly. Her hand moves as if pantomiming, resting on your cheek for a distance, and she speaks softly and slowly.
Your memories. The cadence of wheels on a caravan track. Fever. Questions by running water. Violence in a night's campfire, arrows in the dark, and fleeing. Falling rock and cracking stone, and a storm. The storm.
Why has the tea got the funny... Or maybe that's just there.
The storm that brushed you. Did its screaming wake you from your mind's cradle? Your memory of it is painful. Its cry is difficult to ignore. It's like a child. Many children crying out.
I encountered a Beawick, yes, and it did something to me. Her hand withdraws shyly, the chime sounding softly once again. The woman stands uncertainly as if she's been sitting for some time, or is too weak to bear her own weight. You notice her cheekbones are tight, her face is gaunt, yet while her stance is weak, she seems determined to stand before you.
You are able to see me.
It's almost a question. You suddenly realise you didn't seem to know what you saw when you looked at her. The image on the plateau, yet the image was so clear, so sharp, you're surprised she didn't feel you there.
To see me is a rare gift, a watcher's gift.
Was I helping a woman give birth? I was in your head and hers?
So many questions, thoughts, whirling like storm winds. That storm still roars through you, deep beneath your thoughts, yet muted and secret, like an underground river. I cannot tell if it is carving new channels or eroding what keeps your true strength buried. The fact that you could hear it at all, survive it, is something few have ever done. Your power will grow stronger with each soul you touch, as it allowed you to reach out to mine.
There's silence although it seems to last for about a heartbeat, in your thoughts it stretches out between the two of you like a pool between your minds. You blink, take a breath, and you realise she wants you to ask a question, yet can't form the words, as if assembling is painful. There are simply not enough pieces. Do you wish to travel with me? You feel a wave of fear gusted with the strength of relief, although oddly her expression does not change. Then fear dissipates and you feel a strength and certainty as if the plateau from her memory lies beneath you, and the calm sky looks down upon you. Okay, so we have Grieving Mother, and here he is. Oh, that's Steven. Right. Oh, the book Grieving Mother said something, but it just didn't show me the text. Okay. I'll look at that in a second. I would walk with you, see through your eyes, watch you, and feel your footfalls echoed in my thoughts. Perhaps together we can make sense of what's broken within and without. Many aspects of the interface. Okay, she didn't say that, but. Okay, so we end the episode here and see you next time. Bye bye.